Hello, I'm Jessica.
I'm Jeanette.
And we are So Speak Quilt Shop in Brunswick, Missouri. And we are doing our quilty chat today. So we each brought 8 projects. Oh, and I forgot one. I'll have to go grab it. But I'll do that in a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway, we each brought 8 projects that we're going to share with you. They are things that we have been working on or want to work on. Some of them might be older stuff that we've dug out that we would like to work on. A little bit of cross stitch too. And it just is a nice way to kind of stay focused for the week, so you know what exactly you should be working on. Because I know when I go in my sewing room, it's like, whoa, I have a lot of stuff in there. I actually cleaned on Monday in there, brought in a new shelf and did some rearranging, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
You have a lot of stuff.
All the stuff that I have that I haven't even put into like a project bag, it's just stuff I've bought that I would like to make someday.
Yeah.
That I've never even started on.
I have those shelves at my house.
It's crazy. And then I have all these I have, I think, 18 bags that of stuff that I've actually started on. Isn't that crazy?
No, because I have the same issue.
We're spilling the truth here, spilling the beans. So anyway, we encourage you to do the same thing. Get yourself a notebook, write down 8 or 10 or whatever you want, and it's just helpful.
It is.
Anything that we share with you that we have in the shop, we will tell you that, whether it's a kit, pattern, or a book. Like I said, some of the things are older projects that we maybe don't have anymore, but if we do have it, we'll tell you that.
Right.
In the description below is a link to our Facebook page, and every Friday on our Facebook page, we do live shopping at 9:30 in the morning. And a lot of the things that you see here, if we have it for sale, we do normally show it on that Friday shopping.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So be it.
Okay, you can go first.
Okay. So my first item is I finished my hand sewing for the binding on my Peacock quilt. So last week when I showed it, I had it sewed on, but not hand turned it, tacked, whatever word you want to use.
Not turned over and tacked down.
Tacked down, but it is done. It'll be hanging in the shop at some point in time because I don't know where it's going to hang at. Is it upside down?
Yeah, you have it sideways, I think. But it's a gorgeous peacock panel. So if you like peacocks, this is gorgeous, very pretty.
Maybe the only form of peacock you get is in a quilt.
Yes, because my dad says they're a pain. They're a nuisance.
Nuisance is what he says. I said, but they're so pretty.
So Mom can't have one. I'm sure if she really wanted one, she would have it.
Yeah. I'm afraid it would entitle that, okay, you wanted it, now you take care of it.
Now you have to feed it and water it. Be like, what? That wasn't part of the deal.
I just wanted to look at it.
Yeah, I just wanted to admire it. So anyway, we do have the kit of that, and we have the pattern. Okay, my first is the grandmother's quilt, and I do have the binding on and started with the hand stitching it down.
So pretty.
We have this kit in the shop, and we do have the pattern also.
It's a Villa Rose card pattern called Grandmother's Quilt. So it is a fast sew, and it'd be a great scrappy quilt too.
I have it done. I have Minky on the back, so it's so super soft. The binding is on, and I have started. I'm maybe halfway.
Maybe halfway.
Maybe not quite. Maybe
Now,
quarter.
is that a jelly roll or a fat quarter quilt?
It uses a layer cake.
So totally wrong. Layer
I
cake.
think. I'd have to remember, but I think it uses a layer cake, and then, yes, it uses a layer cake, and then fabric for these snowballs, and then these little triangle points to finish the snowballs.
So 2 yardage cuts plus your layer cake. But you could certainly do it scrappy.
Oh yeah, yeah, you could.
When I think about that kind of a chain look with the 9 patches, it'd be really neat scrappy too.
I love how it turned out, and it was Jen Kingwell fabrics, and we do have at least one kit in the shop, maybe more, I'm not sure.
Well, we talk about the 18 projects we have going, but you know, we always want to start something new. So last week I showed you that I had a lot of this one cut out. It's called the Violet Quilt, and it does take fat quarters. This is a new pattern designer we have in the shop, and we have several of her patterns. But I have all the blocks done. So I went home last night because I had cut out last week. So see, these are like corner blocks.
which we had a lady in here that wanted this kit like you had shown last
Oh, really?
week.
And so this is like the half type crosses. And so for the lap size, I only need to do 5 full size.
Yeah, it's very, with the sage greens, it's very soft, you know, where this one's really bright and colorful.
Yeah.
This is really
So
soft.
I've always loved this line of fabric when it came in. It's Gingham Fields by Riley Blake. And I just have been admiring it and seeing people buy it. And it's like, I got to make something with it. So these are the big crosses. And the lap size, I want to say takes 8 fat quarters. Well, 9 fat quarters, and then you have your background, which I used an Essex linen called limestone. Then this fat quarter here is your little setting squares that you see throughout.
Yep.
And that's a fat quarter.
Wow, there you go.
So it really doesn't take much. Anyway, I mean, I went to town with it. I'm going to be ready to put rows together.
Wow, just
So
really
nice,
serious.
big, easy sew. I want to say those are 4.5 inch squares, so they go together pretty fast.
All right. So next up for me is the Lion and the Lamb cross stitch. I got a few more stitches
Did
in.
you see the picture I sent you with it all done?
Yes.
It's so pretty.
Yes, Mom went to the needlework market in Nashville, and she sent me one of someone else that had it done and framed and everything.
The designer.
Yeah, the designer. So anyway, I've added a few more stitches.
There you go.
But I've actually started a new cross stitch, a different one that I've been spending all my stitching time on. And I need to finish this one.
Well, I have 4 going, so.
So that is the pattern.
I think it's fun, at least to me and my cross stitch world, to do,
I have a few.
have a few, and then I don't get bored with it. 'Cause
My
sometimes
limit is
you get
3.
when you get one of these great big ones, and it takes a long time, and so I like to throw a few smalls in there.
I don't want to, well, and that's the other one I'm doing. It's going a lot faster, so. But yeah, it's like I do not want my cross stitching to look like my sewing room where I have 20 bags of cross stitch that I've started.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
We don't want to do that. Yeah, we're trying to control that area because
Yeah.
the quilts.
But I do distinctly remember 20 years ago me saying that same thing about quilting.
Oh, do you?
I would say, I'm not starting a new project till I finish this one.
Oh yeah, that was the day.
Yeah, I see we have newbies come in the shop and they say that, and you're just like, I think that's a great idea.
I don't live it, but it sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like a good idea. I remember when I thought that too.
Well, number 3 for me is I got the backing for my log cabin quilt. So it's, I think I showed it last week. It is done.
This uses the log cabin papers, which I know we're out of, but I think they've been ordered by It's So Emma.
But look at the backing.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Yeah,
So it's a
pretty.
wide back.
The wide back. So that's progress. I picked the backing out and I cut it. And it's now hanging on a hanger in the line to be quilted.
Yay.
I don't remember what I was going to put on that. Hexadiamond. Did you think that was a good choice?
I like that.
Well, it's so square, you know, very straight line looking.
So hexadiamond is a quilting option we offer here in the shop.
Which is very kind of a diagonal edge to edge sort of a thing.
All right, I'm going to show you the other cross stitch I've been working on, and it's the little chickens, and I've got quite a bit done on it.
I'm just going to hang this up.
Cluck Cluck Farm. Yes, Cluck Cluck Farm is the pattern. We do have it here in the shop, and I've made quite a bit of progress on my chicken.
Let's see your progress.
So once I get the
Black done.
once I get the black done, I'm just filling in with the white, so that'll go fast. There won't be any counting for that.
The black is the majority, isn't it?
Yeah, and then once that's done, it's smooth sailing. So
Smooth sailing.
I'll have it done.
Well, you won't have to
pretty
count
fast.
so much. It'll just be.
Right, and I'm just using mostly DMC. I'm going to do the purple and a hand-dyed.
I'm going to show you a new cross stitch that I started. I now have 4 items that are finished that needs to be fully finished.
Oh,
Stitching
like in
done.
a frame or something.
In frame or mounted on sticky board or something.
You have to take some time to do that. And you've been collecting frames and stuff, so.
Oh yeah, but the ones I have don't work for any of the 4
Oh.
items I have.
Yeah.
They need to be, you know, they're bigger. Like they need a nice frame for their odd shape. It's not like an 8x10 or 11x12 or something like that. All right, so the new one that I am working on is called it's still in this Heart Remembers book, which I think we ordered this back in, didn't we?
I think so. It might actually be back there.
Heart Remembers by Blackbird Design, and I want to say it was new last year at market, maybe. Anyway, this is my second project out of it. I did the.
So you got the other one done?
Yeah, it's done. It's just not framed.
Yeah.
So that's the one I have done on the back.
I think she showed it last week.
Showed it last week. So of course then I started on this one, and I love the big birds in it. But I started with the frame because you know they always say how important to get the frame square before you start filling it in.
Work out to in.
But look at that! Isn't that pretty?
That's gorgeous.
Last night up here in this corner, this is my last.
It's really
corner.
not all that big.
No, I think it's going to be
like 8 by 8, 9 by 9.
9 by 9, I think. And this is a 20 count hand dyed.
You don't have any trouble stitching on it.
Oh no, 18 and 20 is my favorite. It's called Oat, 8 to 20 count Oat by B Stitch.
Dyed.
So we do have this in here in the shop, this color at 20 count. But anyway, I spent an hour tearing this out because I was off one, and lo and behold, when I got up this morning, because it was 10 o'clock at night, and looked at it, I'm still a one off. So I think I have to take this part out and bring it down one.
You're going to need that unstitcher we showed on our
video. I opened it out of its package. It's being used. Well,
and I'm thinking when you start from the outside and work in, that will really become a problem.
Well, you know, this stuff, when you do something like that that's kind of a sampler, a lot of it just kind of floats out there. I mean, you want it in the general area or you're going to run out of space. But in the big picture, if you had to push this one square over, it wouldn't be a big deal. But you have to get this outside right. It don't match up. I was doing just great till I come to the very last one. And I think it was 10 o'clock at night and I should have already been in bed.
Went to bed. Okay, so we did the Pretty Birds as a block of the month, Elizabeth Hartman. We do have a few kits left, so if anyone wanted to do it, we could sell you. It would be the whole kit and caboodle with all the birds and background.
And we have the pattern too, if you just wanted to buy the pattern.
Yes, but I got 2 more birds done.
Yay, that's time consuming.
So now I have 10 birds to make
left. Out of the 40 or something that's on there.
Yeah, and now that I'm looking at these, they are very similar.
Well, they are, but they're
hoping I didn't do the same.
These are different colors. These are
no. See right here, there's actually 2 green birds.
Well, I mean, look how different. It's different fabrics, put it that way.
Yeah,
they're very
one's
similar.
a little more yellowy. This one's probably a little more yellowy.
This one's got a bright lime green belly, and then if you look close, that's a whole different print on his wings and his head and all that tail.
Yeah.
It's close though.
It's very close, but you can see how the green, there's a whole row of greens and there's 2 green birds like that. So I'm thinking I haven't made a mistake. Wouldn't that be terrible if you realized you made a bird, an extra bird of the same?
Yeah, like 6 hours.
6 hours, yeah, a whole day later.
A whole day later.
A whole day of sewing.
Okay, so I'm going to show you another cross stitch, and I got this off of my little door rails thinking, why don't you finish this?
Oh, this is one that you started a while back.
A while back. Look how,
and it's so cute.
There's the pattern, and it is by
Plum Street Samplers.
Paulette Stewart. So Plum Street Sampler.
We have a lot of their patterns. I like their stuff.
But look how cute it is. And I stopped because I didn't see how he fades into the actual background. But
I think it's fine.
I just need to outline him.
Yeah, just outline him. I did that with one of mine.
And it's not a big deal. And this is a 14 count hand dyed. It's a mystery because I have no idea where it came from. I think this is before we even had cloth in the shop.
This is right when Mom decided she was gonna do cross stitch again, and I was like,
yeah, I was buying it elsewhere.
And then finally it's like, okay, you're buying it everywhere else, we ought to just have it here in the shop.
I was like, okay, I knew I could talk you into it.
Sure. All right, so next up is we do these cut kits. I can't think of what we call them now, but all the fabric is cut out for you, so you just go home and sew it together. Everything's cut. And this is one that I had done a while back, and it's got quilted, and I did a flannel back on it.
So
we do have these kits, and I just love the fabric.
It's really raining here, folks. I can hear it. Okay, that's neat. You can really see the chain through that in the film on the screen.
Yes.
We're filming.
Yes. Not very well either. Okay, so then I did a flannel back, so it'll be oh so soft, and it's quilted. So now I just gotta get binding on it.
Is your binding that gold color?
I think it's black.
You think it's black? Well, I mean that would be pretty too. I love that accent that goes through it.
Yeah, this goldy color. But I do think it's black. So anyway,
Well,
we do have
good with the flannel backing.
We do have these kits here in the shop.
So that's one we have. Okay, so I'm going to show you a block of the month that is starting in August. Now, I did not bring the 2 rows over
Oh,
here.
it's starting in August.
I'm sorry.
April. I was like, wow, you're like way out of the game. We've never worked that far
I
out.
need to be talking about it because it's going to start in April. I don't know that we ought to be filming today. So this is
Rain's making us sleepy or something.
This is the quilt that we're going to make as a block of the month. It's called Sunny Kisses. It finishes at 68 by 80. So you're going to do a whole row a month. So it's only, I think it said 8 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months.
And you got the first two you have done, right?
First 2
They're
rows
hanging
done.
over in the retreat center.
We have the 3rd row cut out, which is the houses. The houses have a template.
But don't be
It's the only row that has a template. And they're just rectangles and squares, you know, or triangles. So I'm
It's
like,
not going to be difficult.
you could have almost cut a square that size and cut it in half. Anyway,
You can handle it.
I can handle it, but I do have to get some template plastic. I'm hoping we have that here
I'm sure we do.
somewhere. Anyway, just keeping you informed, make me stay on track. Here's the house package. So if you decide to sign up, we try to send out 3 months at a time to save you on shipping. So we have the 3 months cut.
So
Starts
in April, you'll get April, May, and June.
So I'm trying to get the first 3 months done so at least you could see them. That would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, just going to keep showing that for the next few months to try to get more people to sign up. We have several already, but I'm thinking I'm taking 22.
I don't know. There's several.
Several.
So anyway, yeah, we have several people signed up, but spots are limited. So if you want in, let us know.
Now's the time.
Okay, so I had shown, Mom had bought me this little
This turned out so pretty.
fat quarter bundle a long time ago. And I decided I'm gonna make this quilt. I've already made this once, and it's small. It's a perfect size. It sits on my couch where you can sit on it because my couch is leather. No one wants to sit on leather. So anyway, I thought I'm gonna make another one to put on there for when I set, because the other ones were my husband's sets. This is gonna be where my booty goes.
Yes, yeah.
So, and it's the same, that one's Anne-Marie fabric too.
Okay.
So I want those to be cute together.
Yeah. And
So
makes
anyway,
your brown couch look brighter.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway,
This finishes 45 by 60. It only takes 10 back quarters. Now, you can make it bigger by having more back quarters.
yeah, you could certainly make it bigger, but it's just the right size for me. But that's it, 10 fat quarters, and I mean, it's super simple. It's gonna be done in no time.
Done in no time. Okay. What's my next one? Oh, another thing I don't
I'm
have
gonna
done.
go grab the 2 things I need.
Okay. So number 7 for me is the April table runner. So we're doing a year of runners or a year of smalls, and it's I think the book is called Table-tastic 3. We do have a lot of those books if you wanted to jump in or you just want to use your own stash and do table runners. But this will be April's. You can see it right there. You have to have the book because this is all you're going to get when you buy the kit. So the table runner finishes 18 by 58 and a half, and it costs $43.55. But I want to show you some of the colors. So there is the background, and Jessica picked all these out.
I'm hoping today I can get March's cut out.
I'd like to at least get it cut out. Okay, so this is the, I would guess, binding.
Yes. Yes, because
You've done the 13 different fabrics.
yes. So binding is 3/8 of a yard. So that's what this is.
Okay. And then these are all the prints that go into all the piecing. And look
Wait
how
a minute. This is binding. So what is that piece?
pretty those are. I bet it's this one, 5/8 VR, piece of fabric. Main print.
This is or.
But then you've done 16 10-inch squares here.
Oh.
These are all little 10-inch squares.
We'll have to look at the pattern. It'll all make sense when you cut it out, I'm sure.
So I have 16 different prints, and this is a line from Moda.
Oh, so those are the assorted prints. And then, oh, I get it. Where you see these,
Big,
the big pieces, that's all gonna be this pink. And then where all the little piecing is, that's gonna be these.
Yeah, and there's 16 of them.
Because this is the binding.
That's the binding. How pretty is that?
I really like
So
it.
it just looks really springy, and we've had a dark, gloomy days for several days. I'm looking forward to spring. Oh, those colors are so pretty.
Yes, go. You need to get that done right away. Okay, so
When I'm not hauling her children around.
Yeah, I do need help sometimes hauling my kids around. All right, so I made this quilt and raffled it and donated it, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do it again because that went so well. And my daughter is, you know, still doing all the basketball stuff over the summer and whatnot. So anyway, I cut, and our colors are black and red, so I've cut
More black and reds.
more black and reds, yeah. And it went really fast. Once you get a block done, it's like, oh, this is quick. This is gonna be the background where the sashing is.
And you did a throw size, 15.5
Yes.
by 66.
And then here's the basketballs.
You could make it bigger.
Yeah, yeah, you could add another row on there.
I was thinking about your, you raffling it off again, or however you're gonna do it, sell tickets, or some of them big, tall people.
Yeah, make it a little bigger. Anyway, this is the binding. And yeah, so
How fun is that?
I'd like to get that done.
So her and I are showing you kits that we have not started on.
Yeah, this is the end. This is the end of our list, so that's what happens at the end.
Oh my gosh. Well, neither one of us got to sew as much as we'd like to in a week, because typically I would say I probably get 10 or 12 hours anyway every week.
But you were gone.
I was gone all weekend, and then I've been in here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And then I usually get to sew about the same or more, but I haul kids around, and then on Monday I got distracted with rearranging and
Yes, once in a while you have to attack something. And
Yeah.
cleaning wise.
there's only so much you can do, like just pushing it out of the way so you can cut, and then eventually it's like, okay, I gotta deal with this mess.
Because it's heavy on you.
Yes.
All right, so I pulled out an oldie but a goodie. This is a Chain of Fools, and I think we still have the pattern in here. This quilt will finish 56 by 64, and it's a jelly roll friendly, because that's what I made it
This
with.
is Jen Kingwell fabric, people.
From years back.
It's a Jen Kingwell pattern.
And I've got so much done.
I mean, this is crazy. Just get this thing done. What are you doing?
Well, I would say it's halfway together. You have to,
Look
I remember
at this. This is
being
gorgeous.
being kind of fussy lining it up.
Oh,
So it goes like this.
yeah. So you're maybe halfway.
Let's say I'm halfway.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it.
Stay tuned. I'd like to get this done.
Okay, so then now I'm going to show you another something that I haven't started, but I think would be awesome to make.
I haven't. I'm still digging and finding,
Oh.
but looks like I don't have any more. I've got this one little block, but looks like I'm back to making blocks. I have a
Oh.
lot of half square triangles done.
So, but you think you have enough fabric? It looks like you're going to run low on background.
I don't think so. I mean, it's just a grunge. It's that pink white grunge.
So hopefully.
I don't know. This will take probably a good 45 minutes to figure out where I'm even at. That's the other bad thing about putting something away for
It is.
years.
For years, yes. Okay, so I've made this quilt a few times. It is a super fast sew. It only uses 9 fat quarters and then your contrast fabric. And wouldn't it be gorgeous in this?
Oh, that would be in those pretty greens.
Yeah, so this is what Mom showed you earlier that she's making with this fabric. This is also our fat quarter pack for this month. So anyway, get the fat quarter pack. There's 16 in here, so there's a lot more than you need because you only need 9. But you could make it bigger, or you could make 2 because you got 2 people you want to give it to.
There you go.
It finishes 48 by 64. So this is your fat quarters, and then where the black is, I think this would be so pretty.
That's that lovely French General Basic.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would.
Awesome.
And I mean, if you want to make it bigger, you just get a few more. Well, this only takes.
Well, you have all the fat quarters you
Right,
need. You would just need more of the contrast.
You would,
It
because
takes 7/8.
this only takes 9 fat quarters, and there's 16 in that bundle. So maybe you've already purchased that bundle. We're giving you a great idea.
Yeah, there's the idea for you.
There, yeah. We're not doing anything else. There's the idea for you.
Was that the last one?
That's the last one for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you our last thing. We started a kit of the week that we're highlighting on our Facebook page. Last week's was an Americana print or Americana quilt, and this would be a really quick sew kit of the week. It's a card, very smoothie. It's done in purples, but we've cut it in dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't this be fun for someone in your life that likes dinosaurs? I mean, what kid doesn't like dinosaurs?
Boy or girl.
Yeah, my kids went through a whole dinosaur phase. So it just uses 12 fat quarters and then your binding.
And that's Prince.
Yes,
Or,
and it's
Paul Prince.
$41.20. So
What a deal.
what a deal. That's our kit of the week, and it's on our Facebook page where you can go check it out. So that's it.
We'll see you. This is actually Thursday. I know we're all off this week, but tomorrow is Friday. And if you want to do live shopping with us, we do that Friday morning at 9:30. Okay, see you
Okay,
then.
bye.
Bye.